Yes, hello, I'm Wayne Berry, Top Gun Business Academy. Many salespeople ask me at conferences and seminars that I have spoken at, how do I follow up on my clients? They outline to me that they've got a problem. They have given their recommendations to a client and they have tried following up by telephone and they're simply not getting their telephone calls returned. Does that sound familiar to you at all today? Because it is a common problem with salespeople. I'm also asked the question, well, how often should I follow up? How many calls is too many calls, particularly if I leave a message each time? And now, here's a thought, and I know this to be true. I believe that many salespeople are just one, I'll repeat that again, one call, a commitment from their client. And I've proven that. I've sat down with salespeople and we've looked at their list and they've said, well, these are fairly cold now. So, well, why don't we just phone some of them? And I remember one occasion in particular, within 25 minutes of making, I think it was around about 9, 10 telephone calls, they got the order. The client was ready, had already bought in their mind, they just hadn't communicated with the salesperson. Now, that means using the telephone is a very, very valuable way, a valuable tool for following up and gaining more business. Now, I spoke about how many messages should you leave. Can I suggest to you that leave 1 or 2 messages, that's okay. But if you leave more than about 2, you're going to start to bug your client. Not going to be very happy about that. They'll just delete the message that you leave. Can I suggest that perhaps you use email? So you make the telephone call, can't seem to get them, but you've left a message this time, and it is what I call a benefit question. So if I was, in fact, following up on a salesperson, I'd be saying something like this. The reason I'm calling right now, and I was hoping to get a hold of you, was to find out whether you're ready to increase your sales, increase your commissions, and make your job easier. Now, we call it a powerful or power selling statement. It's part of our online Top Gun sales coaching program. And it's in the form of a question, and they have to think, and they have to respond, and it gets away from the normal old messages that are left, like, I'm phoning today to see, are you ready? Can we talk more about, you get the idea, this is not very impactful. So ask a question that is engaging. Send an email to the person. Could well be the person is just too busy to return their telephone call to you during business hours, but emails. They can read emails after hours, they can respond after hours. So it's another way of reaching them. I also have some clients who like to be communicated with through SMS. And again, make the telephone call, maybe send them an SMS outlining that question, that vital question, and see what their response is going to be. Now, here's another thought, and I've had this experience myself. I have had a person, in fact several times, a salesperson phoning in order to talk to me about something and possibly to sell me something, and the message sounded kind of interesting, and then at the end of the message they said, well, give me a call back on 0407 410 408. Now, did you get that? If you had a pen and paper, could you have written that down at that point? We often rattle off our mobile telephone number or our telephone number so quickly because we know it. 0407 410 408. Now, by the way, it is 0407 410 408 in Australia. You put a 61 in front of that. But seriously, think about it. Do people leave you messages like that? They rattle off the phone number so quick you just cannot write it down. You have to get the message repeated 3, 4, 5 times. I certainly haven't. I'm not that old, really. It's simply the fact that the salesperson has left the message and they rattle off their phone number and we can't call them back. There have been a number of occasions where I haven't been able to call a salesperson back whom I was interested in speaking to. Anyway, I'll leave you now. Please take these ideas, put them into practice. Hey, email me and let me know what's going on. And I tell you what, make today a great day. Bye for now.